Joel Bauer here. I've decided to come in and present something called the Money Matrix. It's taken me over 40 years. Well, why would you want to sit through the Money Matrix? It takes less than 2 hours to learn something that I've been selling for over $15,000, soon to be $30,000. And I only train private groups and only by application. Why would I be revealing it to you? Because the producer of the event that you're going to, I happen to care about. And it produces results just like this.
I attended Joel Bauer's Profit Point training, and literally he gave me all of the tools that were necessary in an entire matrix of what I had to do to put together my closing presentation. So I left and I literally put what it said in each box for the PowerPoint of what had to go where to build an entire closing presentation. And the first time I ever spoke, I delivered to, there were probably 40 people in the room, and I got 4 people, and that was at $25,000 a person. And the following week I was asked to speak again, and in a room of 120 people, I had 14 people complete expression of interest forms so that I could then qualify them and see if I wanted to have them in my business. So that's $350,000 in 60 minutes of speaking, simply following the formula. Thank you, Joel.
That's a lot of money, and it works in all industries. In fact, Tony Robbins, his son Jark, just trained with me, and he's now doing this internationally as well. Doctors, lawyers, teachers, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, they learn my principles, and I don't teach these principles in any of my best-selling books, not in the 15 languages my books have been published in. I don't talk about the principles of the Matrix on television, radio, newspaper, or magazine. I teach it only live and only selectively, and it, up to this point, only by application with students I've accepted in a very exclusive program. One of the students I was apprehensive in selecting was Jordan Belfort. He currently has a motion picture out that is, well, let's just say it's unusual. He came to me and he said, look, people have to forgive me for what I've done in the past. I need to move forward. I do have some excellent techniques I need to teach, but he didn't have the format. I taught him the matrix. Whether someone's in dental industry, chiropractic industry, medical industry, whether they're a pilot, a teacher, your sister or brother with a new endeavor and a new idea, if they're taught the principles of the matrix, they can literally negotiate, persuade, have anyone invest in their ideas, bring a new idea to the marketplace, a new product, a new service, a new solution.
Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, and I trained for 7 days with Joel Bauer, and I have to say it was the most amazing experience I've ever had in a training, in a seminar, and I was blown away. I'll tell you this, monetarily, it probably saved me around $500,000 before I even left the place, because I was negotiating a deal with somebody, was negotiating a bad deal, because you also learn the business side of this business when you deal with Joel. It teaches you everything. So right away, I made my money back probably 30 times over.
Well, you don't need to spend that money now. I'm bringing you the matrix. Jordan spent $15,000 to learn it, and these represent just 15, 16 of the classes I've taught in the last dozen years. Mark Victor Hansen, Robert Allen, 30% of the top female marketers and closers in the world, entrepreneurs, again, solopreneurs, individuals who want to keep their business not afloat, but they want to be thriving. They want to be thriving. They want money rolling in, freedom rolling out. I, quite frankly, gave them the formula. I revealed to them the correct mindset. That takes about 10 minutes, believe it or not. That's all. And then I give you the mechanisms. That takes about another 25 minutes. And then finally, I give you the correct mentoring. I hold your hand every step of the way. For Bill Gates, he was mentored by Warren Buffett. I don't know of anyone who succeeded on this planet without mentoring. I even identify the 7 markets where you'll be most successful, letting you know that if you're a part of one of those markets, well, you're going to make money a whole lot faster. If you currently had a practice, for example, you were a lawyer, you were a naturopath, you're a chiropractor, you're a doctor, you wanted to really turn that business around and generate real leverageable wealth, you would apply the principles of the matrix online or offline, one-on-one, one on 50, one on 500,000. It works under all conditions. It's taken me over 40 years to perfect. And the bottom line is you get to become, well, not me, but you get to do exactly what I do. And it's completely automated once I teach you the process. You can even transfer it to a child. Jorge Bueno came to me, and the first time he presented at his first workshop, which then became a webinar, which he could conduct in the convenience of his home, online. You could even create a permanent video, and then it was done. It runs itself. 12 people invested, $58,000. May not seem like a lot of money to you, but, well, $58,000 is more than what most people make in a living in certain major cities, depending upon their choices. The second time he did it, $102,000. And he was using the specific construct I'm going to be teaching you, a series of moves, a series of things that you say and do with your given industry, with your given process. And it works, well, it works the majority of the time. Now with $272,000 in production in a handful of months using the Matrix, and now his counterpart, the female in his life, Marianne Marcos, has her own business, even though initially she was supporting him. Louie and Jeannie Pinto, well, they didn't want to be speakers. You don't need to be a speaker. You can do this from the convenience of your home and a microphone, just like one like this, and a curtain hanging in front of a door. That's simple. Your place of business, communicating things in a way where people hang on your every word, follow your every suggestion. $330, their total investment they made to run this small event. They didn't even speak. They had someone else speak on their behalf. $17,000. Their second workshop in the same month, $59,000. Take a look at this. $590 produced $40,000 in revenue. And again, $40,000 in revenue the third time. This was in less than 1 month. Well, that's over 100. Well, what is that? 40, 80, $97,000. That's pretty close to $100,000 in production out of the gate. And they didn't even have to articulate a single word. It was the power of the Matrix. It works. Louis now generated over 1.7, just broke the $2 million mark, and that was in the last year alone. And Jeannie wanted a job in Singapore, moved herself using only my principles and the money matrix, and now is able to raise her child, stay at home, and the money is rolling in. Little Emma came here from the Philippines. She learned the principle, went from $25 an hour to... You're spending over $15,000 on Emma's services and are happy. If you succeed, the money you spent with her is incidental. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Why should someone support someone else who they've been living with when they don't know what that person is capable of? How can someone support someone else if they don't have a clue as to what's inside you? Did you know that you were a $15,000, soon to be $25,000 player per day?
Never.
Never. She didn't know she was worth anything more. And most of you don't realize that amplifying your perceived value is everything. The Matrix enables you to do that. It enabled her to go from $25 an hour to $25,000 for a client. This gentleman studied with me, learned the Matrix, and quite frankly, just stood in front of a room of his peers, and the results are history.
Steve Baker here, mate. Just wanted to send you this message. We've just finished the Global Wellness Summit in Brizzy. Man, I can't believe the transformation, what's happened in the last 3-4 weeks. As you know, 3 weeks ago I flew to LA. I did your Profit Point Mastery Speaking course, whatever it was called. I knew I had the talent, but I just couldn't get it out. Saturday afternoon, in 90 minutes, I did $475,000 in sales. Sunday morning, I did another $150,000 in 45 minutes. That's over $600,000, mate. It certainly goes to prove what you said. You've got the tools. Just go and do it.
Just go and do it. If these people can do it, you're going to be able to do it. I only have you for just short of 2 hours. I'll give you all I got. I got a lot. Understand something? I don't need your money. I'm coming in as a favor to the producer, a friend of mine, someone I trust, and someone I'm willing to fly in at my own expense, speak to you from the heart, transfer my life skills. I have a saying and a belief, and that is when you've made all the money that you needed to make, there's only one thing left to do. When you have all the toys and taking care of your children, leverage their future, retired yourself, which means you can maintain your lifestyle without making a single dollar more, then it's time to transfer your skills to others. Mark Victor Hansen and Robert Allen over a dozen years ago came to me and said, we're tired of spending $25,000 an hour on consulting with you. We know you don't need the money. Would you please teach us what you know? And they asked me to put it together. Turned out it was a matrix, a mechanism, a sequence of moves that you make, a sequence of things that you say.
We love this guy. You're going to hear a lot about it.
We love him. Let me tell you, we had him train us personally.
Yeah, I trained them personally, made all the difference in their life, and the results are inarguable for my students internationally.
$215,000. And this has been going on and on and on. Joe Bauer, thank you so much. You putting over $1 million on my bank account.
$1 million for one person is a lot of money. For someone else, it's insignificant depending upon their overhead, kind of business they built. The Matrix gives you your freedom. It gives you your dignity. And I can teach it to you in less than 2 hours. I recommend that if you're thinking about flying home or leaving early, well, you might want to think again. There is no manipulation here. I really am giving from the heart. I'm going to lay it out for you. I'm going to give you examples, exactly what to put in each of the 25 orders, in each of those little squares. You can use this presentation online or in person, on your iPhone, on your iPad, on a Droid, on a Galaxy. It wouldn't make any difference what you did it on. You can do it on a piece of paper. Once you learn the principle, you're unstoppable.
Raise your hand if this event exceeded your expectations so massively that, quite frankly, it might be the one defining event in your life.
What if this was the one defining 2-hour block in your life? I know it worked for Hyo-Sum Kim. It works overseas. It works all over the world. I have licensees teaching people my principles all over the world. In Asia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Singapore, in the UK, in the continental contiguous United States, and Australia. Once you have the tools and techniques, literally, you're able to generate the kind of income you never thought possible, doing what you love, healing others, sharing with others, teaching others, empowering others, enabling others to get out of their own way. This woman can now send her child to private school as a result of learning the Matrix. These individuals teach my principles in Canada. This young man is now able to retire, quite frankly, able to retire at age 22. I met him here at 14. He was doing $60,000 a year applying the principles of the Matrix. John Stetson changed his life. This young woman enables people to heal and save their own lives the way she did hers, using the power of the Matrix. These ladies enable people to hire the right person the first time out of the gate. Communicating from the heart, my students are unstoppable. And in fact, this gentleman broke the $2 million mark in just over 2 years with air and water, which is what he was selling, but he didn't know how to present it properly without the Matrix. Isaac Mekalov here, over $250,000 now. It was $150 at this point, and $3 million on the table as a result of the Matrix. This young lady is an amazing individual who is now at the center of her world, helping others through the power of the Matrix. These two individuals, a doctor and a 2-star general, are changing the world with their beliefs by using the power of the Matrix. This woman teaches other women to save themselves in a life-threatening scenario. And again, each of them had a dream, and the dream was fulfilled through the money matrix. I invite you to join me for less than 2 hours to sit and take copious notes. This is not something you're going to find online. It's not something you can learn from me unless you're spending $30,000 coming up, because that's the new cost of tuition to train with me privately to learn the matrix. The producer of your event has asked me to come in, and it will be my gift to transfer the matrix to you. Step by step, move by move. It'll be easy. You can do it, and it'll actually work. Joel Bauer here. I look forward to being with you very shortly.